Too much earth and it turns into a desert, hot, dry, and dull. Too much water and it turns into a mudslide. Everything goes downhill. But just the right correlation of these two elements, and life's a beach.
I'm looking for the heart in you. Sometimes I don't know what to do. Baby, looking when you ain't looking. So if you want it, you better try.
Cancer, what's going on? Let's talk about you and Capricorn. So this is like the power couple, Cancer and Capricorn, potentially can be anyway. And reason being is because you match the same type of security, the go-getter attitude to obtain security that makes your life better, right? That relieves you from the concern and the worries that come from day-to-day activities and bills on top of bills on top of bills, that these things have to be met in order for, these obligations have to be met in order for this thing to continue and live I would say, qualitative life, depending on what your luxuries are, your expenditures are, and your taste is, right? So the two of you possess this go-getter mentality to at least provide the fundamentals of security, but not just your average stuff, like on a level that's just like, oh, okay, they're doing well for themselves, you know what I'm saying? From the observational eye, that caters more towards materialism, and I don't mean this in a sinister type of way. Just please relax and just listen to what I'm saying. All right, so what I'm saying here is you both can join based upon that type of attitude. Now, your Capricorn individual is going to also want you to be ambitious. You do have that requirement. So that's two things that you two agree on, that you mesh well with, right? But see, this is where things get a little different between you two. And these are the areas that you should work on when it comes to pairing up with a Capricorn. Well, first of all, the Capricorn may be a bit older than you in age, or vice versa, you may be a bit older than the Capricorn. So it's less likely that your age ranges are going to be very close to each other. You know what I mean? Maybe I'd say maybe even 7 to 10 years apart potentially, right? And what comes with that type of age gap is lessons being learned. So it's not only that Capricorn is going to be teaching you lessons, you Cancer are also going to be teaching Capricorn lessons. You are probably going to teach them lessons more dealing with the heart, how you can get involved and take action with your heart, where Capricorn is more heady about it at times and more logical thinking about it and saying, and likes to use their patience and their, just discipline in order to get things done, because they're just like, okay, there's a correct way to do something and there's an incorrect way of doing it. Now, don't get me wrong, right? You may show up plenty of times in this relationship, Cancer, and show them exactly why their belief system is true, because you can make some irresponsible choices that results in downfall or just loss, right? And the Capricorn will see this as something that could have been prevented, and there might be a silent told you so in the atmosphere when this occurs, if you have spoken about these things before y'all, before this actually transpired. But you'll get the gist as things go, as time goes by, and you'll be like, oh, okay, I see it. You know what I mean? So that may be the one red flag on your behalf, Cancer, is if you can't control or get that under control, the impulsivity that comes with your emotions being involved with decision making, whether it's a purchase, whether it's a just an action in general, or a slur or a type of slander that can hinder the public affairs with you two, because more than likely your Capricorn significant other is going to be in charge, or at least at the forefront of your public affairs, which can be good for you because it opens up time for you, Cancer, to be creative, an entrepreneur, and just give yourself more appeal to whether it's the camera or the people that are around you, that builds the relationships and gets people flowing from the heart, because the electromagnetic energy field that pertains to the heart is very huge when it comes to you, Cancer. See, it's one thing when people are on one solid accord in a hive mind intelligence or collective mindset. However, when you can get them attached at the heart level, at that chakra, then it is magnified times 10 in some situations. You get what I'm saying? So if you're able to harness most of your energy into that, while you have a partner who can take care of the more grounded things that needs to be done in sequences or methods or inside of a structure. This Capricorn individual would be perfect for you. You get where I'm going with this? Now, let's say this is, because I'm already approaching this like this is something that is already solidified. Like, and you know, if we're talking about dating here, you know, what happened with that part, right? So I would say like first meeting out. Let's say you both are, you know, you haven't taken that many solar laps around the sun yet. Go figure, right? So you may have heard me talk about how like Capricorn gets stronger and better when they reach their 30s and 40s and up, right? So this may apply to your life, right? You may have differences that are so intense in your younger years that you can't even see yourselves being that stable because you just haven't got it out of your system yet. You haven't experienced enough to say this is right for me or wrong for me. You know what I'm saying? Or if it is, then let it be for me and my decision. Let it not have to pertain to you or rub off onto you. You know what I'm saying? So I can take blame for how you feel about what I do, and those types of disputes and arguments that could come into play, right? So this might not be your ideal situation in those younger years. You get what I'm saying? So you might just be, you know, seeing each other around or something like that, or, you know, just know each other from different places, different events and stuff like that. Maybe said hi and bye, but even maybe if you tried it, you just couldn't do it because it's just not time yet. This could be potentially one of those things. What can also happen here is that if you're in a peer group, most people are, right? But some people are not. So let me not just force that on people. Let's say you have a peer group though, and your peers are like, you know, they're all jumping brooms over here. Your Capricorns is too. They all getting hitched over there, and y'all two are just like over here still dating and still not doing that type of thing because y'all know what y'all are focused on, right? Then you can see where this thing starts to make sense. It starts clicking up here like, yo, you still ain't get married yet? I heard so-and-so and that and then like, nah, you either. What happened? I seen wedding pictures and then like, yeah, I was the best man, but that's as far as it went for me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know, I caught the bouquet, but I just threw that shit away. Like, you understand what I'm saying? So you start getting an understanding like, oh, maybe are we the smart ones? You know what I'm saying? Or are we the dumb ones? So those types of conversations can come on into play later on in life, and then you get to questioning each other about, well, what have you been up to? What have you been doing? And you know what I mean? And then you get to expressing, you know, the steps that you've taken to get to where it is that you've gotten. And if both of you can admire and respect those steps, then you can see where this thing is going to make more sense. You get what I'm saying? So that's pretty much what I got for y'all. I'm out.